Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another segment of Long Live TNA. I am your host, Joe Freeman. On today's show, what I want to talk to you about is the women of professional wrestling in both the WWE and the TNA, past and present for WWE. Let's look at the WWE's women first of all. You know, it has gone downhill so much lately because they've stopped focusing on the wrestling part of the women, and they're starting to focus more on the bikinis and the prancing around the ring. I mean, in the past, let's look at the women you had in the past for the WWE. You had Molly Holly, you had Trish Stratus, you had Lita, you had Ivory, you had Chyna. And in the past, you had Jacqueline before she came to TNA. You had Gail Kim before she went to TNA. You had Jazz even. You know, these women could wrestle. You remember the rivalries that in the matches that Trish Stratus and Lita had in the past? There was one Raw in 2004, late 2004, early 2005, one or the other, where the rivalry between Trish Stratus and Lita was so hot and so intense that it was the main event of a Raw. They went out there and they stole the show. It was for the Women's Championship. Do you remember that match? That was the match where Lita dove through the ropes and she landed wrong on the outside. It looked like she broke her neck or something like that. But she went on with the match, and they went out there and they literally stole the show that match. That's what the women's division in the WWE used to be about. You even had Molly Holly with the Molly go-round. That was a sick move. Molly Holly could perform better than any of the women in the WWE can nowadays. And let's get to the women of the WWE nowadays. You got nothing. I mean, Trinity. Let's talk about Trinity over in the ECW. She can wrestle, but they're not using her in wrestling. They're just using her to prance around like some model, and they're putting caution tape around her boobs and calling that extreme. You know, you want to use Trinity and have her be extreme. Bring in some woman who can wrestle into the ECW and have Trinity and this new woman get mixed up with the ECW New Breed versus ECW Original storyline. You know, not only would you be showcasing some talent, but you'd be showcasing Trinity's hot body, who's got the hottest body in the WWE, except for Mickie James. And, you know, let's move on to Mickie James. You know, right now a lot of you guys are going to be thinking, oh, he's going to be shitting on the new women of the WWE because he's a TNA fan and he's only going to say good things about TNA and bad things about WWE. Mickie James and Victoria rock. They are the greatest women wrestlers today. With Trish Stratus and Lita gone, these two are carrying the women's division on their shoulders alone, and they're doing a great job. Like I said, Mickie James is the hottest diva over there right now, in my opinion, but that's just my taste. You know, she's got the look, she's got the moves, she can wrestle. You know, Victoria, maybe not as hot in my book, but she can wrestle too. That's what I like to see when it comes to professional wrestling. I mean, nowadays, most of them are models who, ooh, I broke a nail, ooh, I'm sweaty, oh my gosh, I stink. Makes my skin crawl of what the WWE's hiring for the women's division nowadays. I mean, look at the WrestleMania 23 match between Melina and Ashley. The only reason they put Ashley in there is because she's the Playboy cover girl, and the match sucked. Don't try to tell me the match was good. It sucked, okay? Now let's look at the women in the TNA. Did you guys see the match between Miss Tennessee Jackie Moore and Gail Kim past Sunday at Lockdown? That was a good match. It was a lot better than what the women's division in the WWE is doing currently right now, if you don't have Mickie James and Victoria going at it. Gail Kim and Miss Tennessee have talent. They used to be in the WWE, and it was a bad move from the WWE to fire them because Gail Kim, she could move like Rey Mysterio could, and Jackie, she was talented. She could do stuff that she could compete with men, for crying out loud. She was even the Cruiserweight champion and had a good match with Chavo Guerrero there for the Cruiserweight championship. I mean, even at the Lockdown pay-per-view, maybe they wasn't as solid as some of the other matches there, but they're women. And women aren't going to be as aggressive or as strong as men because that's just the way it is. But Gail Kim flew from up top of the cage and did a cross body on Miss Tennessee Jackie Moore. How many women today will you see doing that? I'll tell you right now, unless it's Mickie James or Victoria over in the WWE, you're not going to see it from any of the women over there because, like I said, They're more concerned about their looks and their skin and their hair than they are performing in the ring, okay? And I understand maybe you WWE fans like that, but me as a TNA fan, I like to see hot women that can wrestle too. Like I said, that's why over in the WWE I like Mickie James and I like Victoria. Let's get back to my point about the women who can wrestle, okay? Miss Tracy Brooks is gone downhill so much from what she used to be. I mean, she used to have a couple matches, but she represents what the women in the WWE currently are right now. And Christy Hemme's not that much better. I mean, she's not terrible. I saw some of her matches over in the WWE. At least she's making an effort to learn, but you know, maybe they just trained up Christy Hemme a little bit more. She could be great. Flat out opinion on women in professional wrestling today, it's taking a nosedive. Vince McMahon over in the WWE, he's taking the legacy that Trish Stratus and Lita left behind for other women to get into the business. He's slapping their hard work right in the face, and he's insulting their hard work and their legacy by bringing in all these supermodels just to prance around the ring. And I understand that that's the way it was with Trish Stratus when she first got into the business, but she made an effort to learn, and she went out there and she had great matches. Are you seeing that from Ashley? No, you're not. Are you seeing that from Maria or Candice Michelle? No, you're not. Over in TNA, are you seeing that from Christy Hemme? Yes. Are you seeing it from SoCal Val? No. Are you seeing it from Miss Brooks? No. The only women in professional wrestling today, in my opinion, who are actually working to make it a good name are Mickie James, Victoria, Miss Tennessee, Jackie Moore, Gail Kim, and Christy Hemme. And Christy Hemme, once again, she's not great, but at least she's making an effort to learn. She even said so herself. And maybe the other women in the WWE are trying to make an effort to learn, but I'll be honest, I haven't seen any improvement in their matches. I've watched their matches, and I don't see any signs of improvement from Candice Michelle or Maria or Ashley even, or Melina. Melina in the WWE, I take back what I said earlier. Melina is making an effort to make the name of women in professional wrestling a good name. You know, she's hot, but in my opinion, I think they gave her the title a little too soon. You know, Trish Stratus, she had to be in the WWE a lot longer than Melina was before she became the WWE Women's Champion. And Trish Stratus, she got herself trained, and Melina, in my opinion, she's not as well trained as Trish Stratus was when she first became the Women's Champion. And that was a bad move on the WWE's part. But Melina, along with Christy Hemme, not terrible. With more practice and with more training and with her good looks, she could be a great one day. I don't know. In my opinion, women in professional wrestling should be women in professional wrestling. Not strip bars coming into a ring, or not Kelly, Layla, or Tracy Brooks trying to strip for the fans and calling that extreme. Or Candice Michelle making out with Vince McMahon backstage, who's only doing that because he's trying to feed his never-satisfying ego. But if you guys want to get horny from watching women, go watch a porn or go to a strip bar or something like that. But don't keep buying into this crap, and let's do something, and let's bring the name of women in professional wrestling back to what it used to be. Let's make it good again. This is Joe Freeman signing off. Have a good night.